Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Explore the length and breadth of the new Aquatic Centre. Part of the world-class facilities at Aberdeen Sports Village were open to everyone. Whether you're diving, competing or learning to swim. Whatever your ability, the Aquatic Centre is the place for you. The Aberdeen Sports Village Aquatic Centre. Opening Monday the 5th of May 2014.
Good afternoon and welcome to Aberdeen Sports Village in the north-east of Scotland for coverage of the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. Brought to you live and exclusive by Scottish Swimming. I'm Alan Anderson and I'll be your guide to 2 days of fantastic water polo here in Scotland. Let's take a look at what's coming up. Next up this afternoon we have a match up from the men's competition. We've got the final round of matches today and it will be between New Zealand and Wales. And then later on this afternoon we have a big match for Scotland against Singapore. Scotland looking to secure a place in the bronze medal. A high victory over Singapore. And we finish today's proceedings with South Africa women against Wales women and the place for 3rd, 4th and 5th. As we see the Scottish team parading on, or the Welsh team parading on. Nigel Davis at the helm. A veteran for them of many years. Played in the Commonwealth Championships of the last couple of events. I'd like to introduce my co-commentator this afternoon, Ian McCallum, ex-Great Britain international.
Thanks, Alan. We're looking forward to the game. Wales must be underdogs for this game, but they do have a couple of excellent players in the lineup.
They do, as we get the New Zealand team presented to us. I'm just going through them there. Number 4, Finn Lowry getting presented. Tyler Vine, number 5. Matt Small, one of their big outside shooters, as is Jonathan Clark. Brennan, number 8, their captain Lou at the far end. Matt Bryant, number 10, he's a big lad and he plays centre forward. Adam Pye scored a couple of big goals against Scotland. And then Dylan Smith, their second captain. And here we have the Welsh team. We see Nigel Davis, their captain there. Goalkeeper Farrar, Arthur, Chris Taylor, Jonathan Bewley. Chris Wyatt, number 5, and Dan Jones is their 6. The captain we just mentioned there, Stephen Williams. Dan Laxton, he's a big player for Wales. When he plays, then things start to tick. Lewis Jones, Carl Wyatt, left-hander, played for Great Britain earlier this year. Oliver Newcombe, and then Timmy Marshall, their second goalkeeper. Big game for the Welsh and for New Zealand in all likelihood. They will meet tomorrow for 5th and 6th place. 2 referees for the day's game. Paul Metcalf and Amu Mutakani from South Africa. The men walking up and down the side. And as the teams do, exchange pennants, shake hands and prepare for the match. Just remind you that a big part of these Commonwealth Water Polo Championships is you, the audience, and the part you can play at home. So whether you prefer Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, you can get the swim buzz and let us know your thoughts on the championships and the coverage. Just visit swimbuzz.co.uk and use the hashtag CWPC2014 for all the social media action this weekend. And now, if you'd like to keep up to date with all the latest Scottish swimming video content, here is how.
Welcome to Scottish Swimming's official YouTube channel. No matter if you compete or participate in swimming, disability swimming, diving, synchro, open water, water polo or masters, if you're a teacher, tutor or coach, or simply interested in what we're up to, this is the place to find it, from wherever you are in the world. On our channel, you can watch our key events live or on demand, or simply the highlights afterwards, all for free 24/7. If you subscribe, you'll not miss any new videos, so what are you waiting for?
There you go, folks. Get on YouTube to watch all 9 matches from the last 2 days of competition here at the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. The third time this competition has been held. Initial event held in Manchester in 2002, and then 4 years later in Perth, Australia in 2006. So Ian, big match up here between Wales and New Zealand. But before we go there, we'd just like to thank all the sponsors of this event who, without their help, it would not be possible. Our official sponsors for the event, BP, our technical sponsors, Waterfly, and then our event partners, Aberdeen City Council, Scottish Swimming, British Swimming, Aberdeen Sports Village, Commonwealth Games Scotland, and Homecoming Scotland, who, without their help, we would not have been able to put this event on.
Yeah, I think we expected the last game to be extremely tight between England and Malta, and it ended up a rather one-sided affair. And I suppose in this game, New Zealand definitely go into it as favourites. But anything can happen in water polo. Wales do have some top players. Number 9, Dan Laxton, went all the way with the GB team and didn't make the final cut for the London Olympics, but he's a very talented player. I think if Wales can use Laxton and he can get in scoring form, I think that they could keep it extremely close and push the Kiwis all the way.
Yeah, one of the other key players in the Welsh team, number 3, Chris Taylor. He plays down the left-hand side, always looking, dodging and weaving to try to get some space. You see the Welsh number 8 ready for the swim-off. Stephen Williams, as we now cut to the New Zealand team to go through their pre-match huddle. Their captain, number 9, Eamon Liu. He's had a strong tournament. The Kiwis very disappointed with their result last night against Scotland. Thoroughly expected to win, and then they were overturned in the last period.
Yeah, it was some game last night. It was close the whole way. It was 6-all, and then Scotland just got clear in the last period and held on for a memorable victory. I think the Kiwis will be hurting from that one, and they'll be looking to come back and play at the top of their form today and record a win against the Welsh.
In all likelihood, these two teams will again meet tomorrow for the 5th, 6th place. Just the way the draw has worked out this week. This is the final round of matches in the round robin competition to determine placings. We then have the games for the medals. We have 1, 2 tomorrow, 3, 4, and then the places for 5 and 6. As we hand over to our 2 referees to get things underway.
There's number 3, Chris Taylor, another one of the top Welsh players. Again, we need to watch out for him in the game today. He can make things happen for Wales.
Kiwis not quite ready. Referees waiting for both teams to be behind the goal line before they get things underway. I'm in with Takani and Paul Metcalf, the referees. And they are off. Stephen Williams for Wales up against Adam Pye for New Zealand. And it's Pye who wins the opening swim off. So first attack off the match to New Zealand. And the black ear guards on their white caps. Wales wearing the blue caps. And it is Eamon Lou. Matt Bryant, number 10. He's got a big outside shot. It skips back. James Farrer gets Wales underway. Number 8, Stephen Williams. Dan Laxton. We'll see him get the foul, but he does play it in. And no foul on Jack Arthur. Looked to be working well, but good defence from his opposite number, Matt Lewis. And now Adam Pye, number 12, starts to move things away down this right-hand side. Pye gets the chance to come all the way in, and a strong shot at the near post. And New Zealand open the scoring.
Pye's been excellent all week. He's a strong outside shooter, he's a quick player, and here he is down the right-hand side in position 1. He sees a small gap, and that is an excellent shot, bouncing it high over the goalkeeper into the Welsh net to open the scoring.
So 1-0 to New Zealand, just over a minute of the opening period gone. Carl Wyatt, left-hander for Wales. Dan Laxton played in Holland for a couple of years prior to the Olympics, now back with Welsh Wanderers. New Zealand defending strongly and Wales with no options, so the ball is dumped, perhaps not very well, as New Zealand carry on with a counter through number 11, Owen Chambers. Laxton gets over to close him down. Chris Taylor doing the defence. And the outside shot wraps the top of the bar from Jonathan Clark. A big shot there, Ian.
He's a big, strong lad, Jonathan Clark, and when he lets the ball go, you certainly know he shot the ball. And you can see that right in the joint between the post and the bar. Very unfortunate.
And now at the other end, it's Lewis Jones. Young lad in this Welsh side, the team junior of the Wales team. And the shot, oh, nice shot there from Carl Wyatt. It's actually Dylan Smith who started in goals for New Zealand.
Wyatt's not shy to let them go, and he sees half a chance that ball was going in. Great save by the Kiwi goalkeeper.
And Anton Sunday comes up the right-hand side with the ball. Jonathan Clark, number 7. The 30-second clock ticking down, and their captain, Eamon Lou. A nice shot, Bars gets hit at the other end.
I think the crossbars, Alan, this tournament are in for overtime. I've never seen the crossbar hit so often.
3 wraps on the woodwork already this game. And here's Clark winding up, and he's got a lovely shot. He finds the bottom corner. Not enough pressure on him from the Welsh defence, and the Kiwis have the lead by 2-0.
The first shot from Clark hit the post and the bar, but this one, there's no mistake. Drills it into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper, Farrar, no chance with that one.
And you just see Stephen Williams there dropping his hand. You see the drop, and he shoots over the top. A disappointing start from Wales. Dan Laxton, so much revolves around him, and he gets the pass in and the shot. And a weak shot there from Lewis Jones. And New Zealand looking good in the opening moments of this group match. New Zealand coming forward in the white. Adam Pye, he's been strong down here. Oh, a double wood with a shot. And as Wales get possession, their coach Greg Harper decides he needs to regroup. 2 down, and Wales not offering anything in attack. So he takes the time out.
That was Adam Pye down that right-hand side again. He's been pretty dominant down there. It was almost a carbon copy of his first goal where he bounced it near post over the goalie's shoulder, but that time the ball struck the post and came back out to the Welsh. And Greg Harper now is issuing his instructions. Important for Wales to get back into this game.
It is. They've had a few slow starts this week. The only points they've put on the board was an 11-all draw with Singapore. They were disappointing in their first game against Scotland. Was in the first period 6-0, and they never really recovered from that. Tough game against England. Lots of goals against Malta, and then probably their best performance against South Africa yesterday, where a hard-fought match saw them lose by 2, 8-6 to South Africa. So it's the other Antipodean nation they're up against today, New Zealand. This Commonwealth Water Polo Championship 2014. It's Chris Wyatt, number 5, with the ball. Dan Laxton, heavily pressed by Matt Lewis, but Laxton will still get the shot. He rises out very high for his shots, doesn't he, Ian?
Yeah, Laxton's got great technique, but Dylan Smith was up to that one. Laxton launched it to the far right-hand corner, but Dylan Smith got a big, strong hand onto that to keep. Yeah, you can see it there.
Here we are with the Kiwis back at the other end again. The captain, Louis, puts it in centre, and that's a good piece of work. Oh, no, the referee saying it wasn't that good as he's turned it round. He's given the foul against Matt Small.
Yeah, I think he stuck his head back into the defender there, Alan. That looked rather dangerous play, and the referee picked that one up.
Julian Bewley, number 4, waiting on Dan Laxton. Comes through, and the Kiwis go to him, but they do give away the foul. Lots of hands in front. Tries a twister to the near post, but Dylan Pye more than capable of picking that one down. New Zealand in the white hats on the attack. Matt Lewis, number 2. The left-hander, and a nice shot from Pye. His third shot of the period. James Farrer getting a finger to it. So New Zealand will have the ball from the 2-metre line.
Yeah. Pye's not shy, if you excuse the pun, Alan. You give him half a chance, he's going to shoot the ball.
Yeah, he's 3 times already in this period. 1 goal for him, the opening goal for New Zealand. New Zealand rolling in the second centre, Matt Lewis, and winning the exclusion. Number 5, Chris Wyatt, excluded for 20 seconds. And New Zealand, with the extra man, call the timeout. Their coach, Josef Syk, and he's having a full change. 5 players coming in, 5 players going out. Not even taking time to speak to the players. Obviously briefed them previously on the bench what they were going to do if they did win a man up.
Yeah, they're a well-drilled outfit, the Kiwis, and I'd expect to see one of their moves here, possibly looking for the shot coming from their big outside shooter, Jonathan Clark.
He has scored a number of good goals this week. Unfortunately, not enough. One of the Kiwis' problems has been the lack of goals. They've been fairly strong and steady with their defence. A little bit lack of imagination up front has cost them a couple of games. Jonathan Clark, number 7, Anton Sunday, starting with a unusually shaped man-up situation, a 5-1, and then movement. Back to Clark to try to find the space, and a nice pass to the wing. And a lot of movement, but too much movement and passing as they're all square again. We'll maybe cover that one later on, Ian. It was an interesting play by the Kiwis, but they seem to run out of time.
Yeah.
And Wales survive.
And there you go, right at the end there, Jonathan Clark rising out the water, and another big outside shot, but this time just wide of the Wales right-hand post.
Dan Laxton, he's been heavily marked all week. Most teams know him as the danger man in this Welsh side. And a little bit too close. Lewis Jones just being in a little bit tight. New Zealand double teaming him to come away with the ball. Anton Sunday, and there's a counter far side. That's a lovely chance. And 3 Wales players pile through there. Referee Paul Metcalf saying that number 4, Finn Lowry, was holding the ball. So no foul, and Wales come forward. Things have slowed up in the second half of this period. Wales seem to regain some composure. It's still not offering an awful lot in attack, and again 6 seconds there, down to 2 and 1 before they're getting anywhere. And that not too powerful a shot there from Lewis Jones. And so inside the last minute, Anton Sunday for New Zealand.
I think it's been very comfortable so far for New Zealand, and it's not looking particularly good for Wales at this point in time. It is only 2-0 though, so there's no reason I can't come back from that.
It's a nice centre-back defence there from Dan Laxton, taking any danger away. So number 4, Julian Booley.
Now we're into the last 4 seconds of this first period, and wonder if Wales are going to get a shot in. Laxton does get the final shot of the period in, but it's a soft one, and a comfortable start for New Zealand.
A fairly comfortable first period. I think New Zealand will be happy with that 8 minutes of work. Wales, after a slow start, have come back and managed to hold on to things. But at the end of the first period, it is the White Hats of New Zealand who lead Wales by 2-0. You see the Kiwi coach there, Yusuf Saik, making some direction to his players.
I think after the first game with so many exclusions, it's a strange one to look up at the scoreboard, and we only have 1 exclusion in the game so far, and that's against the Welsh number 5.
Yeah, there's been a change as we've gone through the week. We started off the week with a good number of exclusions, particularly on the counter defence, on the turnaround, but things have loosened up over the week, and now we're seeing the game flowing an awful lot more, probably fewer of the men-up situations, notwithstanding our last game that we saw against Malta and England, where it did get a bit feisty. But it is making the game a much better spectacle for the good crowds that we have been getting in here this week at the Aberdeen Sports Village.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning the crowds. They have been excellent. Here we go, we're having a replay, and there was the first goal. An excellent shot near post by Adam Pye. He's been good all week. And you can see that ball bouncing high over the Welsh goalkeeper for our. And then we mentioned Jonathan Clark with his big outside shot. He didn't let us down, waving that ball high above his head and then drilling it into the left-hand bottom corner of the goal. No chance for the goalkeeper.
The Kiwis do have some good outside shooters, and that's what's brought them a reward in the first. So here we go at the start of the second period. Number 12 for Wales, Oliver Newcombe, up against his opposite number 12 for New Zealand, Adam Pye. Just having some trouble here with the ball release system, so the referee just looking to fix things up.
Yeah, it's a good system. It used to be in the past, in our old days, Alan, where the referee would throw the ball into the middle, and no disrespect to the referees, but they were never always that accurate.
Yeah, there might have been a bit of home favouritism in some times, but none of that nowadays, as the ball starts bang in the centre of the pool. And we're off for the start of the second period. And it's looking good for Wales, but Pye puts a couple of quick strokes in at the end, and New Zealand have the ball for the second time at the beginning of the period. So, Braden Drennan, number 8. Lou, the captain. Wales dropping off him, trying to protect against Bryant in centre, and the outside shot comes in, and it's well stopped by James Farrer.
Yeah, the Welsh seem to be going with the same. They're dropping off, allowing the outside shot. Here it comes in, but James Farrer's equal to that this time.
And back at the other end, we have Carl Wyatt, and we have an exclusion. Exclusion against 8 white. Braden Drennan. So Wales have their first man-up opportunity off the match. Oliver Newcombe with Carl Wyatt, number 11. And that, I'm sure, is not one of their planned moves. It's a shot of frustration there from Wyatt. New Zealand come away with the ball through number 2, Matt Lewis. Adam Pye. Bryant, number 10, and do get the ball into centre. That's well worked, but very strong defence there from Dan Laxton.
Yeah, Dan Laxton can do it at both ends of the pool, but I think if you were a Welsh supporter, you would really like to see him up the other end of the pool creating for them.
Some good defence from the Kiwis, good press. Wales lucky perhaps to keep that ball. The fast break has gone, but Wyatt here might get the shot. He certainly draws the foul. It's a little bit slow, and he looks for Laxton. Oh, that's a nice move. Draws the save off number 13 in the Kiwi goal, Dylan Smith.
Yeah, the ball was on the outside here. You thought he was going to shoot the ball, Carl Wyatt, but he pops it up. And there's Laxton looking to open his account with a tip, but Dylan Smith was equal to that one.
Jack Arthur, number 2. Looking for a receiver. Number 5, Chris Wyatt. And Laxton makes the move. And a cross pass and shot, he just wraps a post. And Wales still to score. And further trouble for Wales as Laxton is excluded, preventing the New Zealand player from attacking. So he's out for 20 seconds, and will probably take all of them to get back to the corner. So the Kiwis do have some time to take advantage of this. Pye, Drennan. And the shot from the outside from number 6, Matt Small. A good piece of individual skill there, finding the hole.
Yeah, the ball comes to the left wing, and you see him, he's upset, got his legs underneath him, and then fires it across the goalie into the far corner of the net.
The goalkeeper probably looking for the centre man to be blocking that. But it was a fairly accurate shot. And it is now New Zealand who lead by 3-0. 5:20 of the second period remaining.
It all came from Laxton being excluded up the other end. You wonder when the centre forwards are going to learn that when the ball changes over, they don't want to hold on to their opposition.
Yeah, a lot of that this week. Always looking to make the counter, and we do have the opportunity here. The ball comes across to Chris Taylor. There's a nice pass, but Taylor not able to get enough on it, only able to turn it onto the posts. And now New Zealand and the White Hats come forward through Finn Lowry, Anton Sunday, The left-hander pops it into the space and Lowry goes onto it. He's in on goals. Nowhere really for him to put that. James Farrer easily turning it behind. So New Zealand will have the ball on the 2-metre line.
Farrer had the near post well covered there. He got both his arms up and there was no space for that ball to go past.
Lou, number 9. Sunday, the shot and the rebound. And some smart thinking there from number 11, Owen Chambers, to pick up the rebound. And off the shot from number 3, Anton Sunday.
Very unfortunate for the goalkeeper there. He's watched that first shot come in. He's in great shape. He's got a big hand on it. The deflection goes direct out. And he's no chance with that.
Wales just too slow to react in defence to the shot. Not quite sure who that was on the far side. You can see the disappointment on the Welsh players' faces.
Well, I know that Wales are 4 goals down, but you need to play with the correct amount of players there, Alan.
Yeah, trying to start with 7 outfield players in the water. It's their captain, Nigel Davis, number 7, who leaves the pool before things restart. And Wales come again. Laxton. Kiwis seem to be marking him very well. There is some good driving down here in this near side. Chris Taylor, as we said, we expect him to get the shots, and we do. He's just getting put under a little bit too much pressure to do anything decisive for the Welsh here.
Yeah, here at Laxton, the ball over the top. There's Taylor. A nice, cute back hook, but off the bar.
And New Zealand go down the other end. Their left-hander, Sunday. It's a nice counter-attack goal. The ball going from goalkeeper up the right to number 7, Jonathan Clark. And a nice pass across Ian.
Yeah, great discipline in the shot. Just making sure the goalie's committed himself to the near post and then launching it across the goal into the far corner. The goalkeeper, no chance. Timeout Wales.
Yeah, coach Greg Harper. He's going to have to do something here, not dissimilar really to the first game where we had Malta struggling to get on the score sheet. Kiwis there, not even speaking to their coach. You see the Welsh team there.
Yeah, here's Greg Harper. He's got a tough job here. He's trying to work out what he needs to do. I think they've got to be more mobile in attack. They've probably got to press in defence. They've been sitting back and inviting the outside shots. So Wales have got a mountain to climb now. 5 goals to 0 down.
So 3:45 of the first half remaining. Jack Arthur, number 2, to Chris Taylor. What will Wales do here? Julian Bewley, they're certainly making some movement and some space to get it into Laxton, but that's not close enough. And while Laxton is working hard, too many white New Zealand caps getting back in the way. And number 8 for New Zealand, Braden Drennan. The ball goes to Pye at the other end, but we have an exclusion. Bryant doing the hard work, and as a result of his hard work, number 2 for Wales, Jack Arthur, is excluded for 20 seconds.
It's always a good chance for the coaches after an exclusion. If they still have a timeout to take in the period, and of course under the new rules you have one timeout per period, they can bring the players in, explain to them the play they're looking to deliver. You can see here the Kiwi coach, he's passing out his instructions, changing his personnel, and let's see if we can see the system that they're going to play. I think the ball could well come to Jonathan Clark. He's the big shooter. Yeah, we're trying to work out his system here.
So Kiwi will start with the man extra. Full 20 seconds advantage for them.
Their setup again, interestingly, Alan, is 3-3, very wide out, and then I think they'll move to 4-2, which they are, with Adam Pye swinging into the post position.
It's a really nice dummy that Clark has, number 7. He needs to deliver off it. That's good interception from Laxton. Otherwise, that was a fairly certain goal for New Zealand. And the incoming player there, Jack Arthur, able to take the ball from Matt Small and the White Hats of New Zealand. Dan Laxton coming forward, but he's getting pressed from behind to Julian Bewley. Lewis Jones, but he's easily dispossessed. The youngster here in this Welsh side. The left-hander Anton Sunday comes down the right wing. New Zealand looking very comfortable at this point in the match. Draws the foul. New Zealand happy just to play the time here. Don't need to force anything. I'll wait for the right opportunity and make sure that they don't get countered off at the other end, you'd think. But Pye takes a chance. And another rebound. And New Zealand again first to the ball. And another shot. Might have been a better option just to play the 30 seconds out there, Ian.
Yeah, I think they're comfortable at the moment. They're on cruise control and they don't need to force the game there. So I think when you get the ball back, retain the ball for 30 seconds, make the Welsh have to work, and take your shot towards the end of that time.
And Wales get the ball into Laxton. But his scoop shot goes off the top, but some undue attention there from number 2, Matt Lewis, on Laxton. Draws a counter foul, so Wales will have possession. No exclusions there. That just gives Wales a full 30 seconds of attack, fully set up in the New Zealand half. And that was better defence.
Poor ball in there just when Laxton needed all that work to set himself, ready to receive the ball. And then that was a poor pass in and resulted in a turnover.
Seeing a lot more of Sunday in this game. Number 3, the left-hander. Big dummy, that big dummy, but James Farrer getting both hands to that. The shot there from Jonathan Clark.
Yeah, when the big guy starts to wind that one up, the goalie's going to have to be on his toes.
Yeah, it does. It comes from a long way back. Goalkeeper perhaps able to see it when it does come from so far back rather than just off the top of the shot. And Chris Wyatt. Jack Arthur, number 2. And a turnover in centre forward. And some goings on between number 9, Dan Laxton, and number 8, Braden Drennan. Yeah, so referee Paul Metcalf calls for the ball.
I think both are going out here. Yeah, that's what's happening. There was a bit of afters there, both of them were at it. And I think in those situations the players really need to put both hands up and show the referee that they're not being involved in the dark arts, Alan.
Indeed, indeed. So we will be playing 5 outfield players against 5 outfield players for 20 seconds or until a goal scored or there is a change of possession. But actually the main period clock's ticking down, and with just 2 seconds remaining, no, it's no goal. Everyone here thinking of that goal as a result of a lovely shot from number 6, Matt Small. But we think the foul been given for 2 metres by the player on this near side of the pool.
There was nothing wrong with the shot. It was right in the right-hand corner, and he was in time. There was 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
I think it was maybe the number 3 there coming in the right-hand side of the screen as you saw it. So at half-time, the score is New Zealand and the White Hats leading Wales by 5-0. A fairly comfortable opening half for New Zealand, and all to play for Wales. Something big needed from them in this second half.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.
For all you fans out there, hashtag CWPC 2014, and we've certainly been getting a good number of tweets posted on this. Ed Scott delighted at his win, England captain, 10-3 over Malta. Steve Harris again, similar comments from him, and also the Aquatics Hub looking forward to this game here. Hashtag Black Tide, we're assuming that must be the New Zealand team that they're supporting and pushing forward from. There are also a lot of good comments here on the Malta-England game that we've seen. John Sissons, one of the ex-players, no goals and internationals for Ed Scott. Happy days for him. For Sarah Thompson, a big win there for Scotland. And also a number of comments there. The Aquatics Hub, Malta on a self-destruct mission. Stellini and Camilleri sent off. And that was when England were leading 8-1 at the time, at the end of the third quarter. So keep your tweets and interaction coming. It all adds to the event, to the atmosphere here at the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. Hashtag CWPC 2014, and we'll keep on reading them out as we go through the events over the remainder of today and tomorrow, finals day here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. And now we're going to look back on the goals that we've seen in this opening game between New Zealand and Wales.
Yeah, it's been one-way traffic here. And New Zealand outside shooters, Matt Small there, finding the net. Cross the goalkeeper into the far side. Wales could possibly have done it slightly better with the blocking. This was one of the best goals. Excellent cross pass there. Goalkeeper no chance. And some good ball handling by the Kiwis. There was another one from the lefty on this side. You can see shooting across. Anton Sunday's been more and more involved in the game, and that was an excellent finish.
And then this is a shot at the end of the match that was called for a 2 metre, so it wasn't allowed. You saw the player number 3 coming into shot. It was Sunday there. I think it was his movement that prevented that being called as a goal. So all to do for there for Greg Harper, the Welsh coach. He's got a mountain to climb and motivating his team to pick something out of this, particularly before the 5th, 6th playoff tomorrow, when in all likelihood this will be a similar matchup. This is just one event being hosted by Scottish Swimming this year. Here's news of another exciting event being hosted by Scottish Swimming later in the year.
2013 was great, but I'm getting ready to make 2014 even better.
It'll be a great night just to catch up, relax, and as a swimmer actually get to dress up and look normal.
And then a chance to see lots of people from all around different parts of swimming and have a good evening with them.
The awards ceremony was fantastic, with most people turned out ever, so years to come it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
So Scottish Swimming Awards, 13th of September, usually a very good night. You see all the aquatic disciplines. Hopefully we'll have some of the athletes from this Commonwealth Water Polo Championships there, along with those who will be in the Commonwealth Games at Tollcross later in the year. But here we are, Aberdeen Sports Village, quarter 3, New Zealand 5, Wales 0, a mountain to climb for the Welsh team. As we get things underway with number 8, Stephen Williams for Wales. He's flying up for the ball, but it is Finn Lowry, number 4 for New Zealand, who picks it for the 4th Sorry, for the third time in this match. Eamon Lou, the captain, been given a lot of space on this side of the pool and goes for the lob, but an excellent piece of work there from James Farrer. Getting back. Classic defence. Off the lob from the goalkeeper there. But it's Lou pressing again. Wales not getting the chance to settle. Jack Arthur, number 2. Chris Wyatt, number 5 for Wales. Looks like he's winding one up, but tries to drop it in, and that one just too easily picked off Ian by Owen Chambers.
Yeah, Wales really aren't offering enough in attack here. They've got Dan Laxton set up there, but they're really not moving enough, and if they're going to make any impact on this game, they need to keep mobile and making some space.
So New Zealand in the white hats, number 11, Owen Chambers. The left-hander back to Chambers, and he shoots, but that's well blocked. And the Welsh defence comes together to take the ball off the hands of number 5, Chris Wyatt in New Zealand. And there is Wyatt coming forward. To Carl Wyatt, number 11. Further across to Bewley. And Dylan Smith almost getting caught out with that. You see Dan Laxton there, slow to come back. Maybe he's just going to hang round. The Kiwis go to cover it.
I think he spent about 10 seconds under the water there, Alan. He was being wrestled by Jonathan Clark.
And good block there. Matt Lewis getting his hand to the shot, but it gives New Zealand another 30 seconds of possession. A nice move and a good block. It was number 5, Chris Wyatt, stretching out his right hand to turn that round. So James Farrer to Chris Wyatt. Looks for a channel. Behind Stephen Williams. And the ball gets to Laxton, but a nice save there. Dylan Smith moving over well. Some classic goalkeeping. And New Zealand come away through their left-hander, number 3, Anton Sunde. And down that right side of the pool, and again Laxton hasn't covered. So we're now playing 5-on-5 for this New Zealand attack. The shot perhaps, a nice lob, and a good piece of skill from James Farrer to turn it over. Farrer's had a fairly good game in goals for Wales.
Yeah, I think despite the fact that he's conceded 5 goals, you can't blame the goalkeeper. He's made a lot of stops, and it would be also much worse if he hadn't been in decent form in this match.
Eamon Lou, Jonathan Clark. Lou moving forward. Shot there from Chambers, not really challenging the Welsh goal. Stephen Williams as a receiver and now takes the ball forward. Another young lad in this Welsh team. Great experience for him. A lot bigger and heavier players in the opposition putting pressure on him. Laxton makes the move and goes for the flick again. But Dylan Smith's been pretty alert to these long balls into the centre forward.
Yeah, Dylan Smith's had a good game. Laxton's had about 3 or 4 tips from close in. None of them have found the back of the net, and I think the goalie's been on the end of all of them.
He has. And with that, the New Zealand coach, Josef Syke, elects to take a timeout halfway through this third period. Probably not too much to concern himself with at this point. Looks well in control of this game.
I think they're firmly in control, and he'll be using the opportunity to sub in some players to give everyone game time and maybe to conserve some energy for matches to come.
No goals so far in this period. The team's usually trading blows. Greg Harper dancing up the side, trying to encourage his team and offer some new direction, particularly in attack where they have been fairly weak in penetrating this New Zealand defence. New Zealand defence has been well organised all week.
Yeah, they're a big, strong outfit, and I think if you don't keep on the move, then you're going to struggle against them, because they get a grip of you, and when a big, heavy guy, strong guy gets a grip of you, it's hard to move. So you really need to keep mobile.
So we're back with the live action here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. New Zealand in white hats on the attack. Comfortable position against Wales, and they scored their 6th. An opportunistic shot from the right wing from number 2, Matt Lewis, and James Farrer.
Yeah, Matt Lewis, as you can see him moving around to increase his angle, and it's the first time shot that gets past the blocker there. It's moved round, and the goalie at his near post possibly could have done better, but I'm sure he's getting tired by now.
Yeah, he has worked hard in his opening 3.5 periods.
Alan, there's an excellent drive by Wales. Chris Taylor, we've seen him do it often in the National League. He's a clever player. You just give him an inch and he's past you before you know it.
Yeah, unusual for him to be on this side of the pool. He usually patrols the left-hand side, looking to drive off that wing. So perhaps that's the change that coach Greg Harper has asked for. Harper there beside Carl Wyatt. Right.
Coaches Bristol in the National League.
Coaches Bristol, yes, yeah. They've been fairly successful in recent years. They're back to doing some rebuilding again at the moment. Chris Taylor, number 3, one of the Bristol players in this side. Many of the others play for the club side Welsh Wanderers.
It's unusual to be this far through the game, halfway through the 3rd period, and Wales are yet to get off the mark.
They've been fairly good with their scoring this week. 11 against Scotland, 11 against Singapore, dried up a little bit against England, but 12 goals against Malta, and then, as we said, a strong performance against South Africa yesterday, which could have brought them some reward. As of now, it's just that 1 point from the game against Singapore, and that's some good defence from New Zealand. They went very active. Wales weren't ready for it, and now they're on the counter. Number 2, Matt Lewis, powering down that far side. And Matt Small, but that was good defence there. Chris Taylor getting all the way back to help out. And just in front there of James Farrer, Stan Laxton, he seems to be in a bit of pain, so Wales actually attacking now with a man down, as Laxton's still in his own half, and that's not going to trouble Dylan Smith. He easily picks that one out of the air.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Smith, he's had an excellent game. Obviously, he hasn't conceded yet, but he's looked solid all game for New Zealand in the nets.
2:20 of this 3rd period remaining, Pie. And we have an exclusion against number 10 for Wales, Lewis Jones. He'll sit for 20 in the corner. New Zealand will have the extra player. Only the 5th extra man for New Zealand. A nice move, but well blocked in the centre. Right wing to right post. And on the counter defence, it is the New Zealand number 2, Matt Lewis, who is excluded. So we'll go right back up the other end, and Wales will have the advantage. Opportunity to play 6 on 5, although perhaps not for long. And even less time if they don't keep control of the ball.
Yeah, I think they're getting tired, Alan.
It certainly looks that way. As we're now back, New Zealand back to a full complement, and Wales not had the chance to set anything up. Carl Wyatt I think that was maybe a bit fortuitous for Wyatt as he got number 6, Matt Small, sent out. It did look a little bit like some simulation from here. But Wales will take every advantage they can get as they struggle to open their account. Wyatt to Laxton. Chris Taylor on the post. Dan Jones brings it round. And here's the chance now for Laxton, and he dins! He finds the back of the net, and Wales break the duck.
Yeah, it had to be Dan Laxton. The Kiwis made a big mistake there. They defended that man down well, and then they left him swimming away from Laxton there. And he's in the middle of the goals on 5 metres. That doesn't seem like a wise move.
No, the main shooter here, we go an even better angle for it. He waits for the goalie, sees him coming up, and puts it back against where the pass came from. So Wales get their opening goal in their final match in the group stages of this competition. And now trail by 5. New Zealand still comfortably in control of this match.
Big outside shot there from New Zealand, but again, James Farrer right behind that one.
And Wales on the counter through Taylor. Pass maybe a little bit long. Allowed Sunday to come over. Jack Arthur. The clock ticks down, only 10 seconds of the period remaining. And New Zealand come away with the ball and look fairly comfortable. The last second shot from number 7, Jonathan Clark, but Jack Arthur rising up to turn that ball into the water. And at the end of the third period here at the Aberdeen Sports Village Commonwealth Water Polo Championships, it is New Zealand in white hats leading Wales by 6-1.
Yeah, it's been quite comprehensive so far. I don't think that New Zealand are being stretched now. They seem to be very comfortable. They're using most of their possessions extremely well. And apart from some shots that the goalkeepers had to save, mainly from Dan Laxton, I think they're extremely comfortable.
And here we go with the replay of some of the goals. A nice outside shot there from number 2, Matt Lewis. A little bit too quick for the Welsh defence. We see it again. Also, James Farrer will look back on that. Perhaps wish he had done better.
Yeah, and here's Wales' only goal of the game so far. Dan Laxton left all alone in the middle, almost on the penalty spot, and he made no mistake. Here he is, commits the goalkeeper, and then low into the right-hand corner of the net to open Wales' account.
So just a reminder for everyone out there watching this online, hashtag CWPC 2014. Keep your tweets and photos and interactions coming in. All adds to the event here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. Some of the results earlier this afternoon. Scotland women defeating Wales women for the second time this week by 1 goal to win 6-5. And then we had a preview of what will be tomorrow's gold medal match in the final matches of the round robin. And England men comprehensively beating Malta by 10-3. And next up after this game at 6 o'clock, we have Scotland men against Singapore. A very big match for Scotland. They're aiming for a place in the bronze medal match tomorrow. So a win over Singapore would see them have a fairly successful week, I would say.
Yeah, I think the Scotland team have exceeded expectations. They've not had a huge amount of international water polo in recent years, and they've come through this week with flying colours, and a win tonight would see them into that bronze medal match, and I think deservedly so.
And we're off here at the start of the fourth period, Aberdeen Sports Village. New Zealand up against Wales, and it is New Zealand who create a clean sweep of the swim-offs This time number 4, Finn Lowry, winning it for the second time. It was Adam Pye that took the opening 2 swim-offs of the game. And Lowry has kept that momentum going as New Zealand have the first attack. The ball comes out top and they try to get it in centre, but Wales do well to scamper back. And as a team, and now we see Tim Marshall in goals for Wales. James Farrer had a fairly good game. He got behind a lot, perhaps showing a little bit tired with that last goal. So Tim Marshall gets his chance for this final period. New Zealand staying with Dylan Smith, their number 13 in goals for the whole game so far. But that pass just a little bit too slack, and 2 New Zealand players back to easily pick it off. So New Zealand, their left-hander, Sunday. 2 left-handers in the New Zealand team, number 2 and number 3. Certainly helps balance out the attack and the defence. Some better defence here from Wales. They're seeing them run the clock down and forcing the long shot, which doesn't trouble Tim Marshall in the Welsh goal. And a little unnecessary kick there from Finn Lowry on Jack Arthur, wins an exclusion. So Wales have got a man extra at the start of this 4th and final period. They did convert their last one when Laxton came into the middle. He's been given a rest for all his efforts of 3 periods. That was a little bit of a heavy tackle there. It was relatively unpunished from Clark, and the outside shot off a couple of hands, and we all look to the goal judge. Anna Goncharenko from Ukraine saying no goal. So Wales stay on 1 and New Zealand come down the other end on their attack.
I think goal line technology might have been useful there. I think it certainly looked from this angle that ball had crossed the line.
New Zealand through their captain Lou, but a good block. And a few good blocks from number 2 Jack Arthur in this game. Heavily strapped over his right shoulder. A tiring week for many of these players, but big centre forward. And number 5 for New Zealand, Tyler Vio, almost throws ball and players into the back of the net.
He's a big lad, and he got the ball there. He was fumbling about, and you had a feeling everything was going into the net here. Off Tim Marshall's arm, but I don't think there was any doubt that ball was going to go into the back of the net.
Tim up and down a few times there. Vio, not seen an awful lot of him.
Yeah, he's a stocky, strong lad. He's done his bit though, he's out now, he's taking his rest. I think for these players it's nice when you score a goal to get out and to take your credit as you walk around the poolside.
New Zealand bench happy with them, and even more happy now with Matt Small, who steals the ball. And New Zealand piling forward, they get it into Pye. Pye looking for something there. I think he might have been after a penalty, but the referee, Hamu Matakani, only calling the minor foul. And the captain there, Eamon Liu, a nice bounce shot, but I think Tim Marshall may look at that and think he should have got something on it.
Yeah, you can see he's in acres of space here, and it's actually a quality bounce. He's bounced it a decent distance from the goalkeeper. It's hard to judge that if you're a goalkeeper. If it comes straight at you, it's a bit easier, but that bounce, it's hard to judge it, and it went straight through Tim Marshall's arms.
Not a lot of blocking and defence there from Wales. Perhaps showing signs of fatigue after a long week. Well, they'll need to build themselves for their game tomorrow. That is a place game. This is the final game in the round robin, and it does just so happen to be the 2 of them matching up today, as they will tomorrow here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. And there's a little bit going on. Referee Paul Metcalf calling for the ball.
I think there were some afters there, Alan.
The altercation between, was that between Pye and Laxton?
It was, yes. I don't think they saw eye to eye there.
Laxton again, he's probably been singled out for treatment by the New Zealand team, seen as a danger man in this Welsh team. The referee is calling them over to have a word with them.
I don't think he's...
No real need in a game like this for things to get nasty or for players to get wound up or excluded, and perhaps a good decision here from referee Paul Metcalf just to calm things down.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a tournament that's been played in excellent spirit. Yes, it's been tough. Yes, it's been physical. But I think the players on all sides have acted in a manner that's good for water polo. It is a tough and physical sport, water polo. We wouldn't deny that. But I'd like to think there's a code of ethics, and the players on the whole have behaved extremely well this week.
Yeah, I think so. And both Pye and Laxton have a wry smile on their face as they rejoin the game. Just over 4 minutes off this final period remaining, and here is Pye. It is Captain Lou, and Pye lining up for the shot. That's not so clever a pass, that. And he's getting it back. Tim Marshall doing well. He drives out, try and push this Welsh team forward.
I think it maybe struck the post here.
Jack Arthur, he seems to have been a lot of things this afternoon for Wales. Not really any outlets. Really struggled to get the ball into centre forward. And passes like that have given their centre forward very little chance for Wales.
Sometimes a thankless task in the centre forward. You get wrestling and fighting for position, and then you don't get the ball and you've got to swim up the other end.
Or turned round by the referee, perhaps even more frustrating for them. So here come New Zealand again. Matt Lewis comes out, Pye, and they find space on this far near side. And the shot there from Matt Small, but it goes out off the post. So with just over 3 minutes remaining, Wales through Tim Marshall come on the attack.
Yeah, there was no space for that shot there, and the near post.
Dan Laxton. And we have an exclusion. The drive there. Julian Bewley, number 4, draws the exclusion against the New Zealand number 8, Braden Drennan. And Wales will have the extra man. 6 on 5, they put to the post. And the ball to Jack Arthur on the post, and he finds the post. And it's not going to be for Wales today. I think they'll be very disappointed in this. As we said earlier, they have managed to score goals throughout this tournament. 11 against Scotland, 11 against Singapore, 12 against Malta, and then 6 against South Africa last night. Shot there from Matt Bryant. Timmy Marshall coming down to his left to turn it round.
Yeah, Wales look a tired and beaten outfit now.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to ask of them to come back here tomorrow and turn this result around in order to gain 5th place in the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships. New Zealand happy just to play the timeout, wait for the opportunity to open up, as it looks like it will. And some nice one-to-one passing between Lou and number 2, Matt Lewis. And Lewis scores his 2nd goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, Matt Lewis is an excellent shooter with that left-handed action. First time shot, excellent pass across. First time shot, Tim Marshall, no chance in the Welsh goal. You can see the ball skipping in at the near post. 9 goals to 1 for New Zealand.
Very little blocking there from the Welsh. And our coach Greg Harper has decided he wants to get something out of this last minute, a 2nd goal, just to give them something to build upon tonight when they go over this game and prepare for the match tomorrow. New Zealand coach Josef Syk not offering a lot to his team at this point in time. His job is done for today anyway. He'll be asked to come back tomorrow for a repeat performance by this New Zealand side. Side were in Hungary prior to coming to Aberdeen as part of their training camp. Good to see them making the long journey from New Zealand all the way up here to Aberdeen. I think they've thoroughly enjoyed their tournament. Marshall finds Carl Wyatt. New Zealand have gone to a press, offering very little opportunity for Wales to do anything with the ball. Carl Wyatt and Jack Arthur. You can see the arc very deep from Wales. No real penetration, and as a result they've just ran the clock down there for that 30 seconds. A pretty pointless timeout and a pointless attack there, I think.
Yeah, I think if you're going to go out, you'd like to go out with a bang, and I'd like to see Wales being more mobile. The couple of times they have been mobile, they've created something, including the man up that led to the one goal from Dan Laxton. But I think they're a tired and beaten outfit.
And in this New Zealand side, who just says Sean today, number 2,
yeah.
Matt Lewis, saw some nice goals from him.
Yeah, Adam Pye's a quality player. Tends to run the game, the Kiwi number 12, and I've been impressed by the big shooter, number 7, Jonathan Clark.
As we're inside the last minute of this match, New Zealand firmly in control, as they have been from the opening period. And this pass from right to left has gone on too often. Greg Harper telling his troops one last attack. One last attack for them this afternoon. Carl Wyatt, number 11.
Not much of an attack at the halfway line, Alan.
No, it's not. You can see the main clock ticking down inside the last 10 seconds, and Laxton kind of lost interest here. Wyatt, I can't believe he's just upped that.
I don't believe that either. But that's us.
And that is it. Game over here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. Commonwealth Water Polo Championships, the second last match of the round robin games in the men's competition. And it is New Zealand who wore the white hats, winners by 9 goals to 1 over Wales. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed these 3 games so far today. We're going to quickly wrap up and invite you to join us at 6 o'clock for Scotland's match this evening with South Africa. Not with South Africa, they've played South Africa. They're looking forward, hopefully, to a game against South Africa. Yeah. The match up there, you see the 2 remaining games of today. Scotland against Singapore in the men's, and then a match as part of the 3rd, 4th, 5th competition between South Africa and Wales. We'll be back with you to take that action for that game.
The buzz is just unbelievable just now. It's back in my hometown in Trin, everybody's talking about it, and just hopefully I can be part of that Scotland team, and if I am, it'll be a memory I'll never forget.
Since joining Scottish Gymnastics, to compete at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be my first Commonwealth Games, and no better place to do it than in our home country.
Commonwealth Games are really the only time you get to represent like Scotland on its own, and yeah, it's really special. It's like your own little family really when you're on the team. Go Scotland!
Do you know what? I don't think there'll be anything to beat it. You know, I competed at the London Olympics and that was really special, but Glasgow I think will just be something else. Go Scotland!
It's very important to have the backing of the community, your country and that. I'd like folk to get behind you and enjoy what you're doing and appreciate what you're doing. That's what I hard work's for. Go Team Scotland!
I think it's really important that people back Team Scotland. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to come together and support the team.
There's obviously going to be a great buzz around the city, and we're really looking forward to having these spectators come out and see netball. Netball's not one of the most profile sports that we've got here, so we're really looking forward to seeing how we can really engage with the spectators and show what netball's all about. Go Scotland!
Oh, the support will be huge. If everyone turns up, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing on a badminton court with the whole crowd welcoming behind you. It's a really great feeling, and I really hope to experience it.
Being from Glasgow myself, nothing more that you want to do in your career. Homegrown, in your city, all your friends, family can all come and watch. There's nothing really more you want. Go Scotland!
Being in judo, it's an individual sport, but when you're in that fight and if you're down the score, if you just need that extra lift. With Glasgow 2014 coming up and the massive Scottish team that we're going to have in Glasgow, it feels like a family. Go Scotland!
It's a huge honour and it's a pinnacle of anyone's career. I was fortunate enough to play back in Melbourne a few years ago now, where the whole experience was incredible. I'm sure that Glasgow can look to emulate that.
The atmosphere in Delhi was great, even when we're halfway across the world. So to imagine what it's going to be like in Glasgow when we're in front of a home crowd, it's going to be twice as good. Go Scotland!
This will be my first games and it'll be a home game, so for me it's, as much as it's a cliche, it will be a dream come true, and just to have that support and to have my family and friends support me at home games, it means everything to me. Go Scotland!